Hey everybody, this video is part of a series I'm doing on in-depth looks at different punk rock guitar lead techniques. This video is going to cover everything about octaves. We're going to talk about what they are, how to form them, and when and where they're used in punk rock music. And make sure you stay to the end because I'll show you an easy way to play a very cool sounding octave progression from a classic punk rock song. But before we begin, remember to like and subscribe. That way you're notified when I post new content. I post new videos like this very frequently. And here we go. Alright, so everything we're going to be doing today is in standard tuning. I'm using my Fender Twin Reverb 65 reissue amp, and I'm using a Rat distortion pedal. I'll have links for both of those items in the description. So the simplest way to describe what an octave is it's two of the same notes, an octave apart, played at the same time. And it sounds like this. So for this example, we're playing a G at the 10th fret of the A string. And then we're skipping the D string, and we're playing another G at the 12th fret of the G string. So when we play those together, it has this very unique sound that kind of cuts through over the top of other guitars. So there's multiple different places on the fretboard that you can play an octave. The most common is going to be rooted on the A string, and then you're going to skip a string, and then go 2 frets up on the G string. And those are the same notes. And in order to play these two notes apart at the same time with a pick and not have to use our fingers, we're going to use our index finger that's bridged over the top to mute this in-between string. So we're going to be muting the D string with the underside of this finger. So you can see I'm actually strumming all 3 strings, but you only hear the 2 on either end. You only hear those strings. That one's muted. And so this can take a little practice. And like I said before, the most common place to play this is rooted on the A string. And that's just because of the tone of the notes that you're going to get there. It's higher than like your rhythm chords are usually going to be playing. And it cuts through nicely without being too high or too low. But there's a ton of different combinations of octaves throughout the fretboard. We can also play octaves rooted on the low E string. And in that case, the form's going to be the same. We're going to have our index finger rooted on the low E. So let's say at the 10th fret. We're going to mute with the underside of that index finger on the A string, and then we're going to play at the 12th fret with our ring finger, 2 frets up. And then another octave position that's sometimes used, although not as frequently, is going to be rooted on the D string. And because of the tuning of the guitar, the octave is actually going to be 3 frets up on the B string this time, not 2 frets up. So you're going to play index finger, let's say at the 10th fret. You're going to mute again the in-between string, the G string, and then we're going to go up 3 frets to the 13th fret with our pinky or ring finger if we're up here. It depends on how comfortable that is for you. And we've got a nice octave up there that we might want to use sometimes. And there's a few different ways to use this type of technique. Sometimes it's used as an accent. Sometimes it's used as a melody over a chord progression. And sometimes it's used in place of the rhythm chord progression. So the first option just has an accent. So let's say we have a chord progression that goes like this. So we're ending on that C power chord. So instead of playing the C, we could play an octave and we could play it in the same position. So. And that gives it a little bit of an accent at the end of the power chord. Or we could also play the C up here. One tip also when you're playing those octaves rooted on the A string, if you're playing like a fast punk song with a lot of changes and you're kind of playing kind of wild, you can put the tip of your index finger and you can mute the low E as well. If it's too difficult, you don't have to worry about it. Just concentrate on picking the strings that you want to pick. But you can also mute that low E, so if you hit that string by accident, it's not going to ring out. So if we play like this, I just hit all 4 of those bottom strings, but only these 2 ring out, only the octave. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's a cool trick that you can use. Another way to use octaves is in place of the rhythm chords. So for example, my band Smut Peddlers, we had a song called Vernon Girl, and the rhythm part went like this. And so to make it a little bit more interesting sounding, I substituted with octaves. So we have an A to an E to a C to a G. And so I did the octave form of it. So we did the A up here, to the E here, to the C, to the G. And so instead of playing, I played something like this. So it made it a little bit more interesting sounding. It emphasized those chords a little bit. And our other guitar player, Sean, was doing the normal rhythm chords underneath. So that's something you think about if you're writing your own music, if you want to mix things up a little bit. It's also something that a lot of bands do, like where maybe they'll play the regular chords the first time through the verse, second time through they'll add these octaves to kind of emphasize things, or you can switch it up every time. This video is sponsored by Red Yeti Records. Full disclosure, I'm actually the owner of Red Yeti Records, but our main website, redyetiwarehouse.com, has the largest selection of brand new vinyl records online. We've got over 50,000 different titles in stock and ready to ship. Everything from rock, punk, blues, indie, etc. If we don't have it, it's probably not available. We even offer pre-orders for upcoming releases, including limited edition color vinyl and indie exclusives. And if you use the code GUITAR, you get 10% off your first order. That's it, and sorry for the interruption. And then another way we can use it is as like a melodic kind of phrasing over the top of a chord progression. So for example, a lot of bands will play like maybe a single note kind of melodic lead in punk. Dead Kennedys do stuff like that a lot. And so we can just do that except using our octaves. So instead of just being a single note, it's a double note of the same note. So for example, let's say we have a song in E, and let's just maybe say it's a simple chord progression. It goes. Then we can do a melodic lead with the octaves that's in the key of E as well. So that's just a melodic phrasing over the top of that chord progression in the same key that the song is in. You could have like an entirely different melody than the singer's doing, or you could even match the singer's melody on the guitar in octaves. So if you're not like 100% sure on writing melodies by ear, like you're not sure if it works or sounds good, you can always just stick within like a scale. So for example, if we're playing in E, we could just stick it within the minor pentatonic in E. So in the minor pentatonic, we have these intervals. An easy way to remember the minor pentatonic is that it always goes 3 frets, 2 frets, 2 frets, 3 frets, 2 frets to back to the root from the root note. So if we go E, it goes 3 frets, 2 frets, 2 frets, 3 frets, 2 frets, and it's back to the root. For example, if we go with our E chord progression, we could do something in the minor pentatonic. So it's just kind of an easy hack if you're having trouble figuring out like a cool phrasing. You can just kind of work within a scale. So a really cool example of this octaves technique is in the Adolescent song Amoeba. So I'll show you how that intro goes real quick using those octaves. So it's real simple, it's just like what I showed you today. We're gonna play an octave rooted at the 9th fret of the A string. Just like I showed you, so index finger rooted at the 9th fret, ring finger at the 11th, and then we're gonna mute the in-between string with the underside of our index finger. And then we're just gonna go up 1 fret with that same form to the 10th fret. And then we're gonna go back down to the 7th fret. So. And then the last time through, we're going to go down to the 6th fret root. So. And that part just kind of repeats throughout the intro. So one more time, slowly all the way through. So this is a good one to practice because it's rooted on the A string, which is a good spot. It's a very common spot to be used. You can practice muting with the underside of your index finger on that in-between string, and you can also try and use the tip of your finger to mute the low E string if you want. This is a good one to do that. And if you want to learn the song all the way through, I have a video lesson which covers the entire song, including the first solo. I don't think I did the last solo because it was too long for the length of the video. I'll put a link up like right here, I think it'll be. So just to recap, an octave on guitar is just two of the exact same notes. We have multiple positions where we can play it throughout the guitar neck. The most common is on the A string, where we're gonna play the root note, and then the second note is gonna be 2 frets down, 2 strings over. We also can do this rooted on the E string with the same form, or we can do it rooted on the D string with a different form, very similar, except the second note is 3 frets down. And we can use this as accents, which Fugazi does a lot, or we can replace the rhythm chords with the octave version of the rhythm chords, or do both at the same time, or we can write a melody over the top of a chord progression in the same key using those octaves. And we can use a scale as the basis of the key, or we can use our ear to kind of work that out. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. Remember, like and subscribe. That way you get notified when I post new content. I post stuff like this all the time. And remember to check out my website, scottobryanguitar.com. I have the tab for hundreds of punk rock and grunge songs up there. And I'll see you guys next time.